There is a land where mountains meet the sea, where faith meets forgiveness, and where the past meets a promise of tomorrow. This is ESA, the Western Gate of Indonesia, a place that has known sorrow yet chosen serenity in its valleys and coastal winds echoes the rhythm of peace, a melody that calls to every traveler seeking meaning beyond beauty. Before we journey through its stories through Sabang, Banda, ESA, and Takengon, let us take a moment to breathe in its soul. If you are new here, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to join us in exploring the hidden world of education, culture, and travel from Indonesia and beyond. Every click helps bring these untold stories closer to hearts across the world together. Let us uncover the lessons and wonders woven within Aceh's rebirth. The people of ESA have rebuilt their homes and hearts from ashes of conflict and waves of tragedy. What stands today is not only resilience but a living testimony of harmony. The smile of a fisherman in Sabang, the laughter of children near the Grand Mosque in Banda Aceh, and the calm of mist over Lake Tawar in Takengon all whisper the same word: Piso. Let this film be more than a journey. Let it be an invitation to see Aceh as it truly is, a land reborn through compassion, faith, and the quiet power of nature that heals Sabang, the city at the edge of Indonesia. Feels like a breath of eternity. The wind carries the scent of salt and sandalwood, while the waves dance against coral shores that shimmer beneath crystal water here on White Island. Time moves slowly, each sunrise unfolding like a prayer, and each sunset folding into silence. The people live close to nature, their laughter as warm as the sun that blesses their land. In Ibowi Beach, fishermen mend their nets with patient hands, as children dive into turquoise waters chasing schools of silver fish. The rhythm of the sea becomes a lullaby, a reminder that even after storms, peace always returns stronger and purer. The water here hides gardens of coral alive with color, each one a small universe of motion and balance. Travelers from around the world come to Sabang to find more than beauty. They come to find stillness beneath the waves of Rubaya Island. Divers move like dancers, surrounded by creatures of brilliant color, a reminder that creation is art and we are merely guests within it. The ocean here does not just sparkle, it speaks, telling stories of connection between man and sea, between life and faith. In Sabang, people say peace is like the tide, it leaves, but it always comes back stronger than before. That is what the locals believe, that every sunrise brings renewal and every smile shared by stranger and friend alike is a seed of harmony, planted in the heart of the archipelago. Banda, USA, the city once known for sorrow, now stands as a symbol of grace. It is a city that remembers, but no longer mourns. A walk through its streets feels like a walk through a living museum of memory, where mosques and museums tell the story of both loss and rebirth. The Baitaraman Grand Mosque rises like a white lotus from the earth, its black domes shining beneath the sun. Inside its walls, people find not only prayer but peace. The air hums softly, with verses of faith echoing through marble corridors that once sheltered thousands during the Great Wave. This place is both sanctuary and soul, a monument of mercy around. The city life flows like gentle water. Traditional food stalls fill the air, with the scent of asanas curry and kopi sanger, their warmth drawing people to share laughter and stories. In every corner of Banda Aceh, hospitality is not an act. It is a rhythm inherited from generations, who learned that kindness is the foundation of survival. The people of Banda Aceh teach us that peace is not given, it is cultivated like rice, nurtured by patience and belief. The city stands today as a living poem, a reflection of how the human spirit can rebuild even when the ocean itself has tried to take everything away. Culture in Aceh flows through its people like music that never fades. The rhythm of traditional dance, the sound of the rebana drum, and the call of the azan create a harmony that defines this land. Each gesture, each note carries memory and meaning. One can witness the dance of salmon performed not for spectacle but as devotion. It is movement born of faith, the rhythm of unity performed shoulder to shoulder, heartbeat to heartbeat. The dancers sway like waves of prayer, their chants echoing through the halls of tradition. The spirit of Islam blends seamlessly with the cultural heritage that breathes within each motion. Beyond the dance, the rituals of daily life reveal how peace is practiced, from weddings to harvest festivals, from prayers to communal feasts. Every celebration is built upon gratitude. In ESA, culture is not merely preserved, it is lived. Each generation carries it forward with reverence. Like a sacred inheritance here, peace is not just a political word, it is a cultural song that flows from mother to child, from teacher to student, from neighbor to traveler. It is alive and woven into the laughter that fills every market, every school, and every mosque high in the hills of central Isa lies Takengon, a place where the clouds descend to touch the earth and the air smells of roasted Gayo coffee. The landscape unfolds in waves of green mountains and lakes. So still they reflect the sky like mirrors. Here, life feels slower, deeper, more deliberate. The people of Takengon rise with the dawn, their mornings filled with prayer and the gentle hum of activity. Farmers tend to their coffee trees with care, each bean a story of patience and persistence. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee fills the air, a scent that connects the soul to the soil lake. Lot Tower stretches beneath the mist, a silver mirror surrounded by rolling hills. It is said that this lake holds the stories of ancestors who once lived by its shores, and that when the mist rolls in, it carries whispers from the past. The fishermen who cast their nets upon its waters know that each catch is a blessing, not a guaranteed edge. And is more than scenery, it is a meditation on simplicity and faith. Here, peace is not celebrated loudly but lived quietly, in every act of kindness, every shared meal, every sunrise that paints the mist in goldace's. Greatest treasure is not its land or sea, but its people. Their strength lies in unity, in the understanding that every hand extended in friendship builds another bridge toward harmony in villages across ESA, from coastal Sabang to Highland. Gayo, the sense of belonging is tangible. When someone builds a house, neighbors come to help. When a wedding takes place, the entire village gathers to cook and celebrate. When tragedy strikes, they grieve together. Their togetherness is the foundation of peace. This community spirit extends to their faith. Islam in USA is not practiced with rigidity, but with warmth. It teaches compassion, sharing, and responsibility for one another. That is why mosques in USA are not just places of prayer. They are centers of life, of learning, of connection. Every traveler who visits USA feels it too. They are not treated as outsiders, but as guests welcomed into homes and hearts. The culture of togetherness becomes the bridge between worlds, showing how peace begins with understanding and grows through love too. Tasty Cess is to understand its history. The food tells stories of trade, migration, and faith, blending spices from Arabia, India, and Southeast Asia into flavors both bold and soulful dishes like meat. Isa and Kua Plik, you are not just meals. They are memories passed down through hands that know the rhythm of the kitchen. The aroma of cloves, cinnamon, and chili fills the air, mixing with the sound of sizzling pans and laughter shared around the table. In USA, eating is an active community. No one dines alone. Meals are shared with gratitude and prayer for those who provided the ingredients and those who prepared them. Even the simple act of pouring coffee for a friend is seen as a form of kindness. Food in ASA reflects the spirit of peace that defines the land. It teaches patience, hospitality, and the joy of giving, reminding us that harmony often begins with something as simple as a shared meal. In every corner of USA, the rhythm of life beats in harmony with faith. The sound of the call to prayer weaves through the air like a reminder that every breath, every sunrise, and every meeting between strangers is a blessing. The people pray not only for themselves, but for the peace that now wraps their land like a soft embrace. The mosques of ISE stand as witnesses to centuries of devotion, from the towering Baituraman Mosque to small wooden saro. Hidden in villages, each holds a story of resilience and hope. Here, religion is not practiced as ritual alone. It is lived through kindness, through patience, through forgiveness. The wounds of the past are healed not by forgetting, but by forgiving. Every Friday, the city pauses as men and women gather for communal prayer. The streets quiet, the markets rest, and the world feels united in stillness. Faith in USA is not something separate from daily life. It flows through it like water, nourishing the roots of community and compassionate. Is this faith that allowed USA to rebuild after war and wave after loss and despair? The people believe peace is not an end, but a path walked together, guided by grace and gratitude. That is why when they smile, they do so with depth, with sincerity. Because behind every smile, there is a prayer whispered softly into the heart of the land. Art in ASA breathes in silence and speaks in movement. The strokes of batik, the patterns of sanket, the carvings of wood, and the rhythm of rabana drums all tell stories that words cannot capture. These crafts are not just works of beauty. They are the hands of history reaching into the present, reminding people of who they are and what they are cherishing. The village's women weave colorful sanket with patience. That mirrors prayer, each thread representing love, endurance, and faith passed down through generations. The fabric glimmers beneath the sunlight like rivers of color flowing across time, connecting mothers to daughters and ancestors to the living. Music of USA carries the same essence. The sound of the saroon kale fills the air with tones that feel ancient yet alive. It tells tales of longing, of laughter, of return. The dancers who move to its rhythm do not perform for applause, they dance for memory, for gratitude, for the simple joy of being alive in peace through these traditions. ESA continues to express what words often fail to convey. The beauty of this land lies not just in its landscapes, but in the hands that create and the hearts that remember. Art becomes not decoration but devotion, not performance but prayer. From the shores of Sabang to the highlands of Gayo, the call of nature in USA is both a song and a teacher. The sea teaches humility, its vastness, reminding humanity of its place in the grand design. The mountains teach patience, their stillness, a meditation on endurance. Fishermen who sail from the shores of Ulilui know the sea's temperament well. They respect it not as an enemy but as an elder. Each voyage begins with a prayer and ends with gratitude. No matter the catch for them, every wave is sacred, a rhythm that connects the soul to creation. Meanwhile, the farmers of Takengon tend their coffee trees with devotion that mirrors the fishermen's respect for the sea. They understand that the earth too is alive, that it listens, that it rewards those who care. The mist that descends upon the fields each morning feels like a blessing, wrapping the hills in quiet. Grace in USA nature is not merely scenery, it is scripture. Every tree, every tide, every gust of wind is part of a divine conversation between the creator and creation, a conversation that teaches those who listen how to live in peace with the world and within themselves. As dawn breaks over USA, the land glows with a quiet strength. The sound of roosters blends with the first call to prayer. The mist rises from the valleys and the sky turns gold over the mountains. It is a sight that feels both ancient and new, a daily reminder that peace is possible and worth protecting. Children walk to school laughing in uniforms bright as their hopes. They are the generation born after the silence of conflict. Raised beneath the warmth of peace, their teachers tell them stories not of war but of wisdom, not of anger but of harmony. They grow up knowing that faith and learning are two wings of the same bird, both needed to soaring. Banda Aceh. People sip morning coffee beneath the soft glow of sunrise in Sabang. Fishermen prepare their boats with songs of gratitude in Takengon. The hills awaken in clouds of gold and green. Each place, each person carries the spirit of rebirth, a testimony that life can bloom again even after being broken. This is the new USA, not one defined by its past but by the peace it has chosen to live by. It stands as a mirror for the world, a reminder that harmony begins when humanity chooses compassion over pride, forgiveness over fear, and love over sorrow. As the journey ends, the story of UAC continues like the aroma of coffee that lingers long after the last sip. It is a fragrance of peace woven with the threads of nature, faith, and human kindness. The land whispers to all who listen that true beauty is not found in perfection, but in healing, in endurance, in gratitude. To travel through ISA is to learn not just about a place, but about what it means to be human, to belong to something greater than ourselves. It is a reminder that after every storm, the earth can bloom again, and that within every heart lies the power to forgive, to rebuild, to love. So, if this story has touched you, if you have felt the warmth of Aceh's people, the serenity of its mountains, and the calm of its seas, do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let the world know that peace lives here at the edge of Indonesia and in the hearts of its people, because ESA is more than a destination. It is a lesson in grace, a living prayer, and a light that reminds us all that even after the darkest night, the dawn will always come.